on a plenary session. You are working anyway, so it's not a back to work, it's a back to plenary session. This is interesting. We'll be having a presentation from each group, what they thought about the project that they were evaluating. So each group will have a separate presentation. We start with the group A. So Mahi Ladies and Gents Tailors by Kalimullah. This group was chaired by Parveen Mahmood, and the presentation will be done by Abu Naim. Abu Naim.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Good afternoon. Group A discussed on Mahi Ladies and Gents Tailor. That was the first presentation of the today's design lab. The group discussed according to the prescribed format of the questions. So first questions are the critical issues discussed. Actually, the critical issue was raised in the open session, that is about his income, monthly income, after injecting the funding from Grameen Telecom Trust. But it was analyzed, and the group agreed upon that his calculation is rather conservative than the real one, and the attractiveness of this business is just it's Ramadan, and the biggest festival is waiting ahead. So this is the best season for this business. And one of the group members, he raised a critical issue, that is the risk about the business. But he said that his business don't have any risk because he never produced any product and for stock. He always followed the order-based production, so he has no risk in the business. And in case of his sickness or any kind of natural problem, so he has the second-man hands, so he can also take care of his business. So the risk factor is already mitigated, and he has got the backup support. And the attractiveness of the business is he already created self-employment. Just as you know that he lost his father at the age of 4, only 4. It was not 14 actually, it is 4. So he's a self-made man, and he already created employment, and he also developed some skilled manpower. 3 of his staff already working in they started their own shop. So he's contributing in that way. That is the attractiveness of his business. And also the location, and he is very intelligent of his shop, that in his market, it is a very prominent market, there are 36 shops, and he signed the agreement with the owner that until he leaves the place, no other man or businessman will be started with the same business. So will be not allowed. So he has got the monopoly business there. So this is the attractiveness. And the third question about his leadership. So it is obvious, we know, everybody understands his leadership quality. He's a self-made man. So we have no doubt. The group agreed upon that. And his payback period, we discussed again in details. So payback period, what mentioned in the presentation, it is okay, it is accepted. And lastly, coming his ranking, social or financial success. So out of 10, the group recommended 9 for financial success out of 10, and 10 out of 10 for social success. And finally, the group agreed and strongly recommended for farming. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abu Naim. Thank you. So this is the Group A presentation. Anybody who would like to add anything on behalf of the group or outside the group? Yeah. Microphone.
ফ্যাশন বিজনেসটা আসলে কাপড়ের বিজনেসটা সাধারণত বিভিন্ন যে ইভেন্টস, সোশ্যাল ইভেন্টগুলো থাকে, যেমন রমজান, ঈদ, পূজা, ওই সময়তে কিন্তু ডিমান্ডটা বেশি হয়। কাজে ওইটাকে কেন্দ্র করে উনি যদি কিছু বাফার প্রোডাকশন করে, তাহলে স্যার এটা একটা ভালো, ওই সময়টার দামটাও পাইকারি কিন্তু বেশি দামে নেবে। এইটা একটা স্যার জিনিস।
Thank you. Any other comments, questions? If not, let's congratulate him. কোথায় তুমি কলিমুল্লাহ, একটু দাঁড়াও। আমরা তোমাকে অভিনন্দন জানাচ্ছি। তোমার জন্য সুপারিশ করেছে গ্রুপের পক্ষ থেকে যাতে তোমাকে টাকাটা দেওয়া হয় এবং তাড়াতাড়ি টাকাটা পেলে এবার ঈদের বাজারটা যেন তুমি ধরতে পারো, সেটার জন্য আমরা চেষ্টা করেছি সবাই পেলে। ঠিক আছে, তোমাকে অভিনন্দন জানালাম, ধন্যবাদ। এবার আমরা যাই। Now we move into agro farm. The project was submitted by Atikur Rahman and the group was chaired by Abdul Hai Khan, and the presentation will be made by Shaila Sharman. Shaila.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Assalamualaikum.
I'm Rapporteur of Group B, and the name of our project was AH Agro Farm, and our group leader was Abdul Hai Khan, sir. During the group discussion, the project has got some critical question like is this business is profitable than layer farm business? This type of critical question has been arised during group discussion. So the Nobunandaka replied within 6 months this bird become adult. Even male bird is 7 to 10 kg, becomes 7 to 10 kg within 6 months, and female bird becomes 5 kg. So it is profitable than layer farm. Another critical question has been asked like, is there any havoc or severe disease attack in this type of business? Nobunandaka replied he gives regular vaccination to avoid this type of havoc or severe disease, and he maintained a good hygiene environment for them.
Per unit কত বিক্রি করে পায়?
Another critical question was from which level he gains profit, egg selling, small bird selling or adult bird selling. Nobunandaka replies he make a good profit by selling egg without any hassle. These all are critical question has been addressed by group discussion. In case of question number 2, what are the attractive features of this project? The group has found lots of attractive features of these projects. The group has found this type of project has good market, is getting good market demand now. It is a profitable business, and it is a less fat and cholesterol involved business, and it also meets the demand of protein. These are the attractive features of the project. In case of question number 3, does the group feel comfortable about its success? As Nobunandaka loves to make himself update with this business, as he is loving his learning through online about this business, and he frequently visits this type of business, this type of farm to gain experience. So the group thinks he will be able to make the business sustainable. In case of question number 4, minimum and maximum payback period, our Nobunandaka will repay within 2 years, and the group thinks it will be convenient for him if he pays within 2 years. In terms of financial success, as it is a profitable business, it has a market demand, so the group plays 9 out of financial success, and the group plays 8 out of 10 in social success. So the group's overall recommendation was the project can be funded soon, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Any other comments? Addition? Yeah. Ridwan.
এটা একটা ইউনিক প্রজেক্ট। আমার মনে হয় বিশেষ করে যে ফিমেল বার্ডসগুলো যদি উনি বেশি করে করতে পারে তাহলে এটা সম্প্রসারণের জন্য বা বাইরে বিক্রি করে এই ব্যবসাটা এলাকায় আরো করতে পারলে যে সামাজিক ব্যবসার যে দায়বদ্ধতা এই অনুষঙ্গটা পূরণ হবে, ফলে সবাই যাতে এটা থেকে ভালো করতে পারে, ফলে ফিমেল বার্ডটার দিকে উনি বেশি নজর দিতে পারে বলে মনে করি। থ্যাংক ইউ।
Thank you. Mansoor, you would like to?
This is a suggestion from the floor that is, that male and female ratio is around 10 to 1 as a layer as well. So if we can concentrate on production of female birds, and that will be expansion of the business, and that will, as an entrepreneur, he can do much more better than right now.
Thank you. Any more comments? Well, let's give him a big applause. Thank you, and thank the group for their evaluation. আমরা তোমাকে অভিনন্দন জানাই, তুমি নতুন একটা জিনিস নিয়ে এসছো, টার্কি বিক্রি করা। এটা বাংলাদেশে সাধারণত হয় না। এটা দেখি তুমি কতদূর নিয়ে যেতে পারো। এরকম আরো টার্কি ব্যবসায়ী আরো আছে তোমার মতে? কত হবে বাংলাদেশে?
জি আছে।
কত হবে? কয়জন তোমার জানার মতে কয়জন আছে?
আমার পরিচিতের ভিতরে 20-25 জন হবে।
20-25 জন হবে।
অলমোস্ট 150 থেকে 200 ফার্ম করে বাংলাদেশে হবে।
বাংলাদেশে ভালো, আস্তে আস্তে
150 থেকে
200
All over বাংলাদেশ।
অল ওভার বাংলাদেশ। তার ধারণা আর কি। তোমাদের দেখা সাক্ষাৎ হবার কোনো সুযোগ আছে ওদের সঙ্গে? না,
বেশিরভাগ অনলাইনেই ওদের সাথে।
অনলাইনে, এখন অনলাইনে দেখা সাক্ষাৎ হচ্ছে। ভেরি গুড, ভালো। শুরুই করছে অনলাইন এসে, হ্যাঁ সব কিছু অনলাইন। গুড, ওয়েল লেটস কংগ্রেচুলেট হিম। আমরা অভিনন্দন জানাই তোমাকে। থ্যাংক ইউ। Now we go to Dipjol Enterprise, which was a project from Dipjol Dash. Group was chaired by Imamus Sultan, and the presentation will be done by Qazi Saim Zaid.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
This is Qazi Sam Jayat reporting from Group C. The project we discussed was Dipjol Enterprise by entrepreneur Dipjol Dash. It's a Novindra Dutta project by Gramin Shakti Samajik Babsha Limited. So Dipjol Dash procures buffalo leathers from the market and manufactures them into leather washers. These leather washers are used into tube oils. So we started the discussion by asking him a few questions. The group asked if RFL, as he's a supplier to RFL, RFL is main buyer. So if RFL stops procuring the items from him, what would he do to sustain his business? He replied that he has other customers, different shops and factories also buy from him. The group suggested that apart from supplying to RFL, he could also start looking for other big buyers. We asked if he took any precautionary measures to protect himself from the potential health hazard that could be caused by the chemicals used for processing the leathers or from the side effects of the machine. He said he didn't think such precautions were necessary, so the group suggested that he should take precautionary measures wearing masks, gloves or apron for himself and the other workers. Then we asked if any particular part of his machine gets broken or if the machine stops functioning, what would be his backup plan? He said mostly the piston that is used for thrusting could be in danger of breaking off and it could take about a day to repair it. The group suggested him to buy a backup machine that could be useful in such times. An extra machine would also allow him to provide more employment for 5 more people. So the project had quite a few attractive features. First of all, it has very steady demand and he has a fixed buyer for his products, and the buyer is very renowned, RFL, and he is very skilled and experienced. He has 10 years of experience already. He's playing an important role in employment generation by providing employment for 5 other people. Judging his business acumen, response to the questions and motivation, the group was convinced that he would be able to lead the business to success. He has self-invested 2,70,000 taka and is looking for an external investment of 70,000 taka. His payback period is 3 years. He was very confident that he will be able to meet the timeline, and also the group felt that he can easily pay back within that time. Then we rated the project based on financial success. The group gave him 10 because they thought that it was very profitable and he would be definitely a success in terms of finance. And for based on social success, he was given 8. And the group strongly recommended for acceptability. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This is Dipjol. Let's give a big applause. Thank you. তোমার এটা সবাই পছন্দ করছে, দীপজল যেটা কাজ করছো, তার মানে কিছু উপদেশও দিয়েছে তারা, সেই উপদেশ মতো কাজ করো, তাহলে আমরা খুশি হব, তুমি সফল হবে এই কাজের জন্য। তোমাকে আমরা অভিনন্দন জানাচ্ছি, জোরে একটা হাততালি দিই আমরা সবাই মিলে। থ্যাংক ইউ। গুড। Now we move to the next one, Monmohani store from Suman Chakraborty. The group is chaired by Lamia Murshid, and the presentation is by Sadia Zahid.
Thank you, sir. This is Sadia from Group D. Our project was Mon Mohini store by the Nobin Uddokta Shumon Chakraborty. The critical questions raised about this project were how many competitors does the entrepreneur has. He has quite a few, he has many competitors who provide wedding and prayer wedding and prayer ceremony, sings for wedding and prayer ceremonies, but he is the only one who makes some of the products himself. The other products are usually bought from other wholesalers and then sold at these shops, which makes their prices a little higher than from his shop. And our entrepreneur, as he makes those products himself, he gets more profit out of his products when he sells them. According to him, he has about 200 taka profit on every product, any kind of product that he sells. His shop is the only shop which imports statues and figurines from India and brass products as well for prayer ceremonies. Two other suggestions that came out in the discussion. One was that he needs to maintain a very large inventory, and so he should manage his cash flow quite tightly. And the other one was whether it's possible to develop a practice of receiving products from suppliers on credit, which is not done here currently. The second question is, what are the attractive features of the project? Attractive features are he supplies many figurines that are not available here. He also supplies specialty bangles that Hindu women wear, made of shaka, that are quite expensive and need to be imported from India. All the products are very attractive, nice looking, and he is looking to hire at least one other person when he receives this investment. He is currently employing one person and supporting his younger brother through his studies. Our group feels quite comfortable with his success, as he already has 10 years of experience, and we think that he has more capacity to absorb further investment, as it's a growing market and he can't provide as much specialty products as is demanded. His payback, he is asking for 150,000 taka investment, and his payback period is 27 months. His current net profit is 6,000 taka per month, and from his project plan, we see that he would be his net profit would increase to 10,000 taka even after giving back 5,000 taka per month to GTT. On the financial success, we have rated this project a 9, and for social success, we've rated this a 10, as he comes from a minority group, and we think that anything that promotes their culture is also a step up for society. So the group recommends this project for funding. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments on this one? Yes, Rauf.
ওনার যে ব্যবসাটা এটাও কিন্তু হাই সিজন, লিন সিজন দুটা জিনিসের সাথে জড়িত। কাজেই যখন হাই সিজনে এগুলা বিয়ে যখন হয়, পূজা, তখন বিয়েটা হয়, আর প্রোডাক্টের ডিমান্ড থাকবে, কিন্তু লিন সিজনের জন্য উনি হয়তো অল্টারনেটিভ কিছু প্রোডাক্ট চিন্তা করতে পারে, যেটা ওই সময়টা যেতে বিস্কিট মানে একদম একটা স্ট্যান্ডার্ড নিচে।
এটা আলাপ হয়েছিল, কিন্তু উনি বলছে যে বছরে খালি 2 মাস একটু কম, বাকি 10 মাসে কিন্তু ভালো ব্যবসা, বিকজ বিয়েতে দিচ্ছে, বার্থডে পার্টিতে দিচ্ছে, সে তার ডেকোরেটিভ জিনিস, বেলুন, স্টেজ ডেকোরেশন এগুলো আছে। তো এটা বলছিল যে 2 মাস খালি একটু লিন, বাট বাকি সময় তার খুব ব্রিস্ক বিজনেস।
সিজনালিটিটা কম বলছে। Thank you. Any other comments? Yes, please.
And just elaborate on the relationship between the suppliers for a manufacturer. And apparently it's not traditional for a supplier, a vendor, to extend credit in Bangladesh, that it's at least on this level. And it seems then a start would be 5 or 10% net 30 days and pay cash 90% to start to build a trust with the suppliers where they, as his business grows, he's not having to come and get capital. He's getting, managing it on his own as credit. So that's just my encouragement overall, how to start small and work it into meaningful numbers.
Okay, good suggestion. But the credit arrangements in all kinds of businesses, it depends on who you are dealing with. It's not uncommon. It's a question of how you want to protect yourself. Some people don't want to get into credit business because it creates a bitterness between the supplier and the producer. So anyway, it's a question of how he or she wants to deal with it. So, yeah. Any other comments on that? If not, আমরা তাকে শুভেচ্ছা জানাই আমাদের সুমন চক্রবর্তী তোমার কাজের জন্য আমরা অভিনন্দন জানাই সবাই মিলে আমরা জোরে হাততালি দিই তার জন্য Now Fahim tailoring is the next one done by Farzana Begum. The group was chaired by Saleha Begum and the presentation by Nabila Khan. Nabila.
Thank you, sir, for giving me the floor. I'm reporting from Group E. Our entrepreneur is Farzana Begum from Fahim Tailoring. The critical question raised here was the profit margin of her business is very low comparing to the other competitors in her area, as she cannot directly go to the markets. The wholesalers comes to her. So the group suggested that she could take help from her family members and who could support her in carrying those products to the market, and also she can keep in contact with the wholesalers on regular basis over phone and know the exact price they are giving for the products, so that there will be less chances for getting cheated by the buyers. The second question here is the attractive features of the project. There are many attractive, the group found many attractive features in this project, that is, she makes baby dresses for baby girls, which is very demanding and which is all over the year. People need those dresses for babies, and also her products has very occasional demand, and in the seasons like in Eid, in pujas, and also in Pahela Boishakh, national festivities, and also she makes winter clothes. So the group found that these are very attractive features, as the products never gets out of demand. And the group felt very comfortable about its success because she has experience for over 6 years, and 2 years she's doing it, and also she has a very strong leadership quality, and she was very enthusiastic in answering every detail of her business. And at the one point she also told us that I'm becoming my father who taught me this skill. Day by day I'm becoming like my father who taught me this tailoring skill. So, and according to group judgments, the maximum payback period, which is written 3 years here, it's quite convenient. The group gave her a 9 in the financial success, as her business is very growing and will have good prospects in future, and also in social success 9 out of 10 because she already employed one person with her, even though her profit is not that good, and she has plans to, after getting the equity, she has plans to employ 2 more person, and she is becoming also an example for the ladies around in her area. And the group overall recommendation is that this project should be funded. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Nabila. We got the report from the group. Any other comments, additional points? Yeah.
অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমি দেখেছি এটা যে উনি যে নিজে কাজ করে, ওনার তো একটা মজুরি আছে, সেই জিনিসটা উনি ইনক্লুড করে কিনা এটা স্যার দরকার। অনেকে আমি দেখছি স্মল বিজনেসে যারা থাকে তারা কিন্তু নিজের যে লেবার থাকে এটা কিন্তু অনেক সময় তারা এটা ইনক্লুড করে না।
এটা
প্রাইসিং এর ক্ষেত্রে এটা যোগ করলে, কারণ উনি 4,000 টাকা মাত্র
বেতন ধরা আছে। হ্যাঁ, ওনার বেতন ধরা আছে, প্রত্যেকের বেতন ধরা আছে, এটা খরচ হিসেবে আছে।
4,000 টাকা প্রফিট স্যার
যা আছে সে যত তাড়াতাড়ি সে পয়সাটা দিয়ে দিতে পারে তত মুক্ত হয়ে গেল। কাজে আমি বড় করে আমার বেতন ধরে নিলাম আর টাকা শোধ করতে আমার সময় লাগলো অনেক বেশি। কাজে ইউ হ্যাভ টু ওয়ে বোথ সাইডস, হাউ ইউ মেক ইট ইজি। Any other comments? Okay, let's give a big applause for her. Fantastic work. Thank you. দেখি ফারজানা এবার কিরকম কাজ করো ঈদের জন্য, পরবর্তীতে বলো তোমার কাজের মধ্যে কিরকম সুবিধা হলো এই টাকা নিয়ে, পরে আবার দেখবো আমরা। থ্যাংক ইউ। এবার দিস ইজ দ্য লাস্ট ওয়ান, হারুন পোল্ট্রি ফার্ম, presented by Harun Rashid, and the group chaired by Ehsanul Bari. Zubair Mahmood will be the rapporteur. Zubair.
Thank you, sir, for giving me the floor. We had a good discussion on Harun Poultry Farm in Group F. The entrepreneur's name is Mr. Harun Rashid. He's 31 years old. He's from Adghoria, Pabna. Currently, he's running a poultry farm business where he sells eggs. He has 5,88,000 taka investment, and he's looking for another 1,30,000 taka as equity. So in the group, we started the discussion with a few questions. Firstly, one participant asked about that whether he makes any loss in the business, as the current market trend has a declining trend. He answered that he knows the business well and he knows how to minimize the cost. That is why he is still making profit. Then another question was, are there enough veterinary doctor available in his locality? He answered that yes, he has access to the doctors. Enough doctors are there. In addition to that, he is enjoying a free treatment service from his feed supplier company. Then another question was, how does he manage pure drinking water for the chickens, as it is very vital for rearing chickens in the poultry business? He answered that he has a motor pump to use groundwater for the chickens. Then regarding some attractive features of the project, we identified that he has a large shed for rearing chickens, which is big enough to do this business. Then another 2 attractive features which are worth mentioning, that is he has no credit sales in the business, and all the customers take eggs from his house, so he doesn't have any carrier cost at all. Then regarding the success of the project, we would like to comment that he has 6 years practical experience on that business. He started this business with 500 chickens, and right now it increased to almost 2,200, which proves that he has the capability to scale up his business, and the business is sustainable in the long run. Then regarding payback period, right now it's 3 years. He thinks it's quite okay, enough for him to pay back the whole amount. Then rating the project in financial success, we would like to give 9 out of 10. We cannot give 10 out of 10 as the business is somewhat risky, although he is making profit. And in case of social success, we would like to give 9 out of 10, as the eggs which is selling ensures continuous protein for the mass people. At last, we finally agreed that the project can be funded immediately. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation and observations. Any other comments? Any additional point to make? If not, we give him a big applause for the Harun Rashid. and wish you all the success. তোমার সাফল্য কামনা করছি, তোমাকে আমরা অভিনন্দন জানাচ্ছি এবং তাড়াতাড়ি তোমার টাকা যাতে মঞ্জুর হয় সেটা আমরা সুপারিশ করলাম। This was the last item on our presentation list today, and with this we conclude our 2 sessions of discussions, and with the group discussions, finally our recommendations. This is the usual format that we follow, but in this probably we for a while forget that all these 6 presenters who are here, they came from remote villages of Bangladesh. They are not the city guys from Dhaka city. For them, this was quite an adventure to come all the way to Dhaka and make a presentation. And some had only 5th grade education, high school dropout, primary school dropout, never made a presentation in their life. And a business plan, forget about anything, a business plan here. And to the experts, the CEOs from Japan, and all the experts and the professors and from Bangladesh and the other countries. So it's quite a mind-boggling thing for this young kid to stand up and make a presentation and defend, not only make a presentation, defend the case. And they were defending the case with such ease and confidence. No matter who you are, I know my business. So you don't have to tell me how to do it. So that was a very clear message they were giving, all of them. They were trying to be polite, as much polite they could be, but they were not giving an inch of what they know, what they do, because this is their life. This is not something they learn in the book and make a presentation for you to please you. This whole life depends on what they do. So it's very, very familiar with what they are doing. So we have to kind of stand in awe with the courage and the confidence they show coming from the villages. And many of them probably this is their first visit to Bangladesh. First visit to Dhaka, to appear here. And this will be their lifelong experience. They will remember it for many, many years what they have done. And what we're doing for all this, for what? Approving $1,000 investment. That's all. That's what they are asking for. Little less than $1,000. This is a little more than $1,000. Nothing beyond that $1,000. You spend that $1,000 with such ease anytime you want. You don't even remember what you did with your $1,000. For them, that is their life-changing experience that they will have, because that will change the whole thing that they do now. Because that infusion of this cash, that's a missing thing for them. This money never comes. They're talking about whatever they already have, but these are some of the fixed expenses they have made, the house, the equipments, and so on. But the real shortage is in the cash they need to keep the business running, and that's what we are injecting into it so that they can continue to do that. So this for them is a big life-changing experience to receive that money. They've never been to a bank before in their life. They don't know the language of the bank, simply explaining what they need. But not only we approve this process, approve their projects, also at the same time we kind of help them to learn how to keep records of their business. This is the first time they have been running business for 5 years, 10 years, and they've never recorded anything. They just put it in their pocket and spend out of the pocket. They don't know what is left. What is surplus, use it someplace else. That's the way life goes on. So we require them to put everything on paper and also on internet. So they have to report their business information every day. The day they receive the money, they have to start that process, reporting 5 basic information of the business on each day through text messages. So all these thousands and thousands of young people running businesses all over the country, all this information come to the central server, which is processed and give you the picture of what's happening in the business throughout the country, which is going up, which is going down, what market is up, what market is down, and whatever information you want, because you got the raw information right in your computer. So you have all this recorded information, and then they have to go through just like any other formal business would do. The half-yearly closing, annual closing, inventory, recording what you have, checking what you got, all those things. So gradually they learn that business in a little bit more organized way than they have been doing all this. This is an additional thing because that produces something which creates confidence in them and confidence of other people in their business. And this is what all these young people will be learning from their own experience and pass it on to the other friends around them, their own folks, their own relatives, and the friends they have in the village. Because everybody's curious, what did you do? What did they ask you when you went to Dhaka? What kind of punishment you got? Beaten up by somebody or something. So they don't expect that they will be treated in a kind way because they don't get any kindness from anybody. So they were expecting that something harsh will happen to them. And they will come with disappointments and so on. For them to go back and say, look, they approved my money, then I can start planning it and doing it the right way. So this is what we have done. And we are very happy that everybody was so patient, even for these tiny little details. We are spending so much time, because for us it's a tiny little details, for them it's so important in their life. So that's what we are encouraging them and applauding them, saying that you're doing the right thing. They are getting our endorsement that yes, your business is right, your thinking is right, and we'd be very happy to support any way associated with you to make it more successful. So that's what we are doing, and I hope we'll get to hear what happened after that, because we see only one half a day experience interaction with them, but then they disappear. But do we know what is happening? That's why in the beginning we tried to get a report of people who are doing something. And one thing we'll do will be more visible. This would be our Social Business Day, which is coming up. On Social Business Day, you have a slide here. It's on 28th July, 28th and 29th July. On that Social Business Day, this year we were expecting about 2,000 delegates appearing in that Social Business Day, and expecting near about 500 delegates from foreign countries, from Japan, from China, from India, from Europe, from Malaysia, Taiwan, and many other countries. So we are expecting about 500 of them. It's an interesting discussion goes on. They bring their experience. They're not coming here to listen. They also tell us what they are doing about social business in their own country. So it is an interesting experience, and we are hoping that one important one, since it was raised here in the morning, the Vietnam project, the one that will be wastage, the plastic project. So that will be something, they will be coming from Vietnam to make a presentation of their project, how they are organizing. This would be a joint venture between Yunus Center and also with the WWF to clean up the river in Vietnam. So this is something that will be present. Many other things will be presented, like one famous film director, Rahul Bose. He is coming. He is not only a film director, he is also a sports person, rugby champion in India. So he represented India in rugby. So this will be something to do with athletes. So we'll have many athletes coming in. So how to integrate social business into the sports life, as a sports environment. Because the sports environment take up a lot of our attention, a lot of our participation. But it doesn't have any social dimension to it. It has a lot of entertainment dimension to it, but not a social dimension. We said it can be integrated very easily, converting many of the things into social business pieces into that. So that will be an interesting thing. This is the beginning of that movement. So lots of sports people will be involved in that. We are expecting some of those dignitaries and elites, sports people from Europe coming and joining us in this session. And we would like to continue with it, also taking it to the Olympic in future. so that Olympic can become integrated with social business also. So those are the things that we'll see, many of them. The reason I mentioned the Social Business Day, there'll be a special thing on this Nobinudukta, the one that new entrepreneur that we just heard. I said there are 16,000 of them already. Some of them will bring their merchandise and display them during the social business. So there'll be big marketplace. So there'll be little shops around the marketplace. Each one is bringing Nobinudukta products. Like we saw the products on the table passing around, they will bring a lot more of it and they will sell it. And people will buy. Last year when we had that, we had a very interesting experience on this display. We had about 50 Nobinudukta spreading out their merchandise on the floor and sitting there and watching, and people, all the delegates are coming to see and ask them questions. We thought they will spend time in asking questions. We saw they were busy buying things. Everybody was so busy buying things. Some of them exhausted their merchandise in the first hour of their business. Some took about a couple of hours. Everybody had to plead with the buyers, please leave your stuff here. We'll give you after the end of the day, because people would like to see. If you buy up everything, we have nothing to show you. So this year we are warning them that bring enough so that people can buy as much as they would like to buy. It's so attractive and so cheap, everything they do. It does an unbelievable price. I mean, you have spent hours and hours working on it, but you pay only a small amount of money to buy it up. So people get very surprised that you can really buy this, and coming from those young people who produce all those stuff and so on. So this is an interesting thing to see when we heard them speak, but when you see, not everybody can bring everything, because some of the things are not something which could be brought in, but there are many items that with the handicrafts and so on and so forth. So this will be interesting. So I invite you to come to that Social Business Day and mix with them. Tell them what they feel about it. And some even had business contact with this display that we had in the exhibition that we had. Business contact is whatever you're producing, I'm buying, not today, I'm buying up your entire years of production. And I'll sell it through my chain. I have a big business chain, and you supply me and I'll sell it. And some said, I'll export it for you. So there's a lot of business contacts that are also made. People get very surprised that such a good quality work can be done in such a remote villages and so on. So they want to be helpful, they want to stand by their side and be useful to them. So there are lots of people coming from many different life, the very high positions. So they want to be, they were touched by their presentations and so on, and the very simple messages they carry with them. So I would like you to invite you to come and see, and also meet all the other people coming in every aspect of life that we cover in the social businesses, on education, on healthcare, on other energy, and so many other things that will be happening there. So we'll have plenary sessions, they will have a spread of many breakout sessions on many issues, and then we'll have the country forum, because there are a lot of people coming from one single country. So we thought they could spend a country forum, they can organize a country forum, meaning that delegates coming from China will have a session of their own. Chinese meeting together, speaking in Chinese, debating in Chinese, so that what they are doing in their country. And similarly, parallelly, there will be country forum India. So they will be talking to themselves, what we are doing in India, what can be done, what are your plans for next year, and so on and so forth. So there will be such a country forum for Malaysia, there will be country forum for Europe, the country forum for South Asia, and so many other things, Australia, Japan. So each one will have a big delegation and they will discuss this. So this will be an interesting place to be, and this I hope we will have a time to come and visit us during that time. And then there will be, next one will be Social Business Summit, which will be in Paris, November 6 and 7. I hope some of you can also come to Paris to see what they're doing, and also to tell them what you are doing and we are doing, and exchange of our ideas and feel close that I'm not the only one thinking that way. There are many others like me, because sometimes we get lost because everybody else talking in a different language. I am the only one speaking in another language. Now when we gather together, we see we feel a lot of people who are speaking the same language, meaning that we want to do things the way we feel strongly about. And that comes in a very big location in Paris, and many people from all around the world will be assembling there, and particularly big CEOs of very different countries, big businesses, they will be there because of the action tanks. Action tanks in different countries are happening. There'll be action tank here in our Social Business Day. There'll be action tank from India will be very important. There are lots of Indian CEOs will be coming here to discuss about their company's involvement in social business and how to start social businesses through their own companies. So we are looking forward to hear them speak and be part of us and so on. And there are a lot of international organizations will also be represented. Of course, WWF will be present here because they are becoming our partners. And at the same time, United Nations will be here for us because through sustainable development goals that we all put in front, but they don't know how to achieve it. These are the ways we say this can be achieved in that particular procedure. So they will be coming here from that. And also we will have from International Olympic Committee from Lausanne in Switzerland. The International Olympic Committee will be sending their representative to be here, expressing their solidarity with the social business movement, that yes, we would like to participate in the social business movement, and they will continue to do that at every step, not only just in one Olympic, but also through sports federations, sports clubs, and wherever events, big competitions take place everywhere. So we would like to get into that kind of scenario that we do. So this is just the beginning of that phase, because this is where the real germination takes place, all the little things, and then they add up to big things. So this is what we are trying to do. So we are very happy that you could find time to attend here, and appreciate your presence and your participation, not just presence, your participation. And even if you have not said a word about what is happening, but your very presence has been very encouraging for the people who are presenting that. They look at you, not only when they are presenting it, but when they are sitting around us, watching everybody who is doing what, and kind of trying to see that you paid so much attention to their work. It's not easy to get attention to this tiny little thing in the village. Nobody pays any attention, but such an important group of people here paid so much attention to their work, their life, what happened to their life, what they are dreaming, what the next thing they can do. So that's a big, big boost for their life, to see how can they move to the next level. So, and we want to thank all the people who are on the other side, on the internet, and live streaming, and wherever you are, we wish to thank you for your support and your participation. And we hope if you have any question, please let us know so that we can fix it. We can give you the right answer for that, and we'll be very happy that you remain in touch with us. So with this, we conclude our sessions, the day's work, but there's still some work to be done. Formal part of the work will be concluded here, but there's this little informal part where there'll be signing ceremonies, there'll be picture taking, there'll be some little reporting probably. So these will be coming, and I will request you to stay.
Also lunch is coming.
And also lunch is coming, very important information. We are assured that's not missed. It is coming, and it will be coming in a packet. You can keep it, take it with you when it's all over. Or you can eat with us, we'll be here, we'll be eating here. So, but feel free, after this is, only thing we'll request you stay in your seat, don't move when this informal session, which will be very quickly done, it's a very few minutes. And then you can take out and take your packet of lunch packet, and you can leave the hall as you wish. But you can also have it here and have a private discussions, meet with each other and so on. So with this I conclude and invite Lamia to explain how the next part of the program will go. Lamia.
So we're actually having one formal picture with the team that presented the Shishir Pani, the water project earlier. YY Goshti, they're here. They would like, just signed an agreement recently with Grameen Telecom Trust. So they would like to take a picture with you, sir. And I would like to request everyone to just remain seated for that. And then you will take a picture with our entrepreneurs from today and the young entrepreneurs plus the sponsoring company. So these 3 photos. And in the meantime, the lunch is being served to everyone. So please remain in your seats for that. Thank you. So প্রথমে YY Goshti, তোমরা চলে আসো।